Hi, it's Anna with Create Your Future. I am super excited today because I have an interesting announcement to make. And then we are going to talk about self-concept. But before I do that, I want to remind you that we are giving away 3 free sessions once we hit 100,000 subscribers. The way you enter the giveaway is by telling us in the comments something that you have manifested using the principles that we teach here at Create Your Future. And if you would like to book a coaching session with me, you can do it from the link in the description below. Let's start. So I have created a self-concept course. It is a 2 hours long, very detailed course all about self-concept and everything that has to do with self-concept. I have included everything that I have done myself. I started my journey with changing my self-concept actually, because I actually started working and trying to understand this manifestation thing years before I did the actual work. I just didn't understand it. There was too much confusing information out there. When I started, coaching wasn't a thing. I couldn't find someone that would explain it to me. So I would find a lot of confusing, contradicting information, both online and in books, until I got to Neville Goddard. And it also took me some time actually until I understood what he was saying. But right from the beginning, it felt like the truth. It felt like, okay, this is it. I just need to understand it. So when I got to the point when I actually understood how manifestation works and I started to apply it, I had to start with self-concept, because I was at a point where that needed some serious work. And in this course, I have included everything I have done myself. And if you're a client of mine, you know that I work with self-concept no matter what you're manifesting. I do work on the specifics of every specific manifestation, always. So it's not like I leave that out and only work on self-concept. I do both. I include everything, and in this course, I have included everything about self-concept. So the way I have created the course is, in the beginning, I start with the basics of manifestation, because the person doing the course may be completely new to manifestation. So the basics are always important, even if you are an advanced manifester. It's always good to go back to the basics and to simplify things, because we tend to overcomplicate things sometimes. So always back to the basics, and manifestations should be simple. It should be simple enough for everyone to understand it and for everyone to be able to apply it. So that's the first thing. Then I have made the course in 2 main parts. In the first part, I make you question everything that you've ever learned about yourself. And in the process of questioning it, you actually kind of destroy a lot of limiting beliefs, because you realize that they are not even yours. You don't even honestly think that. So the first part of the course, we work on literally questioning and destroying every limiting thing that isn't helping you. The second part of the course is about creating a whole new self-concept. And that part, though, is in 2 parts itself. The first part, we work on general self-concept, general things about yourself, things that you want to experience, things that you want to become and be. in general. It's about everything, and you choose the topics that are important to you. You can do them all, or you can do that one at a time or few at a time. The second part of the course is about how to use self-concept in your specific manifestations, because that is a part that is often forgotten when working on self-concept, because mostly we go either too specific or too general. And here I mix the two. And you need to understand your self-concept in relation to whatever it is you're manifesting. So self-concept is a lot of things. It's both general things and specific things. Just like every manifestation, it includes both general beliefs and specific beliefs about the topic. So the course is called Change Your Self-Concept 360 Degrees to Manifest Anything That You Want. And again, 360 degrees because it includes literally everything that has to do with self-concept. And you can use this course in your specific manifestations too. So I am really excited. I hope you'll give it a try. And also, as I mentioned before, I think I mentioned it, it's 2 hours long because I have literally included everything that I have ever done. There is nothing that I wanted to leave out, and I honestly don't know what I should leave out from all that, because I have done the work. It has worked wonders. I remember at some point, the thing with self-concept is that when you do it and you do it continuously, things just change and they keep changing. And you come to a point where this new wonderful life has become so normal. I had a moment, I remember, when I thought to myself, oh my God, a few months ago or a year ago, I was in a completely different place, and it had changed in a way that I hadn't even noticed the change. It had happened so gradually that I had just like enjoying relationships in general, enjoying life in general had become so normal that I hadn't even, it wasn't a change from one day to another. So it's a beautiful thing. It might seem a bit difficult in the beginning, but as you do, it becomes easier. And also, I have to say this, a work on yourself and on your self-concept is an investment for your future and all your future manifestations, because when you change your self-concept, your future manifestations become easier because you start on a completely different level. You start with a completely different confidence and with less limiting beliefs about yourself, and that makes manifestations come easier, quicker, and the whole process becomes more and more fun and enjoyable. So it's a really amazing thing, and the changes are really pure magic. I remember once I had a session with a client, and she was complaining about her husband being rude to her, and that they were fighting all the time, arguing back and forth. And I was explaining to her, reacting, and that instead of reacting and fight back, she should go back and change the assumptions she has about him and about herself. And she kept saying, like, what would you do? What would you do if someone was rude to you? What would you do? And I realized that I didn't know how to answer that question, because in that moment, I couldn't even remember the last time I had an argument with someone. And that was one of the moments that it hit me, oh my God, everything has changed so much, that yes, I have had periods where I argued with people, but it just doesn't happen anymore. A lot of things don't happen anymore, just in general, uh, because of self-concept, because of that work. It's an investment. It's really worth it. So since I made this announcement of a course about self-concept, I want to make this video about self-concept too. Also because I get a lot of requests about self-concept and self-love videos. So here it is, one more, and I will probably make several other videos on the topic because it's very important. So the importance of self-concept in manifesting is that the world reflects back to you, first of all, your own concept of yourself. Whatever you think you believe of yourself is what other people will reflect back to you. And this is not only about a specific person, this is also about your job, people in your job, your family, your friends, and everything. And also maybe things that don't have to do with other people. For example, your own body, your health and your weight, for example, or your financial situation, how you treat money and how money treats you. If, for example, you have a belief about you that you are just unlucky with money, then that's a self-concept that creates more of the same. If you just, for example, if you see yourself as overweight or underweight, and you have come to believe that that's just who you are, then that's a limiting belief. It's a self-concept that is just going to manifest more of the same. And again, in relationships, if you don't feel good enough, and feeling good enough or not feeling good enough can be a lot of things. It's different for every person. And I get to work on this belief about I'm not good enough with most of my clients, and it's mostly different things. It's different for everyone why they don't feel good enough. For example, I had a client a week or 2 weeks ago. She said, like, it was this beautiful, sweet girl that seemed to be super intelligent and very successful. From what she told me, like, she had everything. But for some reason, God knows why, she had come to believe that she's not lovable, and her boyfriend doesn't love her. And she told me, because she kept saying he doesn't love me, I don't feel loved. And I asked her, how does he reflect that back to you? How do you get it from him? She said, he actually tells me that he loves me. I just don't feel like it's true. So loving yourself and working on your self-concept also allows you to accept love from the others, because your boyfriend or your girlfriend can tell you that they love you as much as they want, but if you are not able, or if you're not capable of feeling that love, of receiving that love, you will keep rejecting it. And this is one of the reasons that problems in relationships are created. I hear a lot of times from clients that they say, when I met this person, they weren't like this. Then they started to become distant. Then they started to treat me horribly. Why did this happen? Because he or she was amazing in the beginning. That's because of self-concept mostly. Because if you have a self-concept that you're not lovable, you're not good enough, and you meet this person and they might be crazy about you, but they don't have free will. They reflect back to your own self-concept, your own assumptions about yourself, and then it becomes also about them. Because if they reflect back to your assumption about yourself that you're not lovable, you're not good enough, etc., etc., it changes their behavior toward you. And then you create assumptions about them, that they are like this, they are like that, they don't treat me well, they don't um, I don't know, they do this and they do that. And then the focus comes on them. And that's mostly not solving the whole problem. Because if the problem is from the inside and you keep focusing on the outside, on the other person, and you're waiting for them to change, that's not going to happen. They change when you change, because they are always a mirror of you, no matter how hard it is for you to accept it. If you just realize what you are thinking in that period, not just in that moment, if your thoughts have been a lot negative, if you have been feeling bad about yourself for some reason, be it physically, be it for, I don't know, for some habits that you have, or in general, whatever it is, they can't reflect something else back to you. You can't look in the mirror and expect the mirror to show you something that you are not. And this is exactly how manifestation works. And this is exactly why I focus so much on self-concept. Another client of mine told me that she has certain problems in her relationship, and that makes her feel like she's not attractive to her boyfriend. And again, I brought self-concept into it, and it turned out that she actually doesn't feel attractive, but she's waiting for her boyfriend to give her validation, to tell her that, oh, by the way, this one also, he was telling her that she's attractive, but she just didn't feel like that. So she kept focusing on everything that he was doing that made her feel unattractive. And so we started working on self-concept, of course, because if you feel unattractive, if you have the belief that you are unattractive or unloved or rejected, the other person cannot reflect back to you the opposite. It's just not going to happen. I know it would be easier for us, but we need to do the work. But the work is really worth it, because once you change that, once you change that belief, they have to reflect that back to you. Because again, if you changed your limiting belief to something that sounds more like, I am super attractive, I am loved, I am good enough, they can't reflect something back to you. So it's, they are mirroring back to you your own inner world. And this is exactly why Neville Goddard says, no one to change but self, because you are not changing them, you are changing you. And you is a lot of things. It's everything that is happening in your inner world. It's your assumptions about yourself, but also your assumptions about yourself in relation to the person that you are manifesting, the job that you are manifesting, the body you're manifesting. It's everything. So, as hard as it may seem, if you just take responsibility for the outer world, that it's your creation, it comes from the inside. You can't experience something on the outside that you don't already have on the inside. So if you don't have an assumption about something, you can't experience it. And the same thing, unless you change the assumption and have a new assumption about the situation, you can't experience that love, that money, that health that you are manifesting. So again, manifestation is a wonderful thing. We are doing it, whether we want it or not. Manifestation is happening, whether we want it or not. You can't switch it off and just say, no, I will just stop manifesting. It doesn't stop. It will just, you just risk to go back to your old story and old worries, and those will manifest. Now that you know that you're manifesting, if you take responsibility and do the, yeah, let's call it hard work in the beginning and change it. And once you start seeing changes in general, everywhere in your life, manifesting consciously starts becoming more fun. Um, I think that is all I have for today. I hope you liked it, and I hope you will give the course a try. Again, it's called Change Your Self Concept 360 Degrees to Manifest Anything You Want. Remember to enter the giveaway, and also if you would like to book a coaching session with me, you can do it from the link in the description below. And have a beautiful day.